Hello again. I just want to make this little video message for you guys to know a little more information that I've learned today about myself. I keep learning more and more about myself because I have to know and remember. It's so strange that I don't know myself, and I'm I'm learning these stories about myself, and I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember that either. But it all sounds amazing. And I just wanted to share some words about reincarnation. I don't know if you know about reincarnation. It's not really words about reincarnation. I just ran some numbers and I just thought they were really cool to share about. And then I'm going to share some common things that we have in common still. All right, if you didn't know it, the base years of reincarnation, they say, is mostly 10 years after someone had died. Someone might be born, but also 20 years of reincarnation. All right, and then another cool one for the 10-year cycle. So if it was on the just only going by 10 years, it's 10 years and 3 months apart from when he died and when I was born. The exact years is 13 years for the amount of time from when he died and I was born. Here's another interesting one. It was 48 years apart from when he was born and I was born. Or, yeah, 48. And then I was born on August 18th and he died September 18th. So I thought that was really interesting. And then there's 13 days left in August after my birthday. I added that part up from the date when I was born and the date that Jimmy was born is 3 months and so many days. And I added those days up and it comes to 101 days apart. Exactly. Thought that was interesting. We were born at different times. I was born at 5:55 in the afternoon, and Jimi Hendrix was born at 10:15 in the morning. And that's about a 4.6 hour time difference. And those are some cool numerology things that I wrote down and wanted to figure out. I thought that was really interesting. He was born in November and I was born in August. I listened to a couple of interviews I got to talk about at the end of the other video. But I listened to a few more and I wanted to share it with you. In one interview, he was talking about he doesn't waste his time or let time be wasted keeping negative thoughts in his head. Talking about people waste enough time in life on negative things, and he wants to keep positive thoughts. Thinks positive things and to manifest and to think about, not letting the negative take hold in your thoughts and in your head. Don't let that take a place in your consciousness that weigh you down. Another cool thing about both of us is that if you met me and you hung out with me, we were both shy and not really talkative necessarily. But the way that we act is that we're both always calm. We're both always in a relaxed state of being. And we are non-violent. We don't get mad easy about stuff going on. We have more of a passive state of being. And that doesn't mean that things didn't annoy us or it doesn't annoy me. I don't get mad about things necessarily, but I don't reach that level of madness that people do. I stay, calm. I want to have a calm conversation about something when you don't agree on things. You don't get mad all the time like everybody else. And then someone asked him about the kind of music he writes. And he was saying that he wants to have a harmonious type of words about his songs. And, just something cool and positive and neat about his words. And getting, inspired through different things that goes on in his life and things that did go on in his life, and he wants to sing about something in a harmonious way, our words. And a lot of his songs did come out that way. But I wrote down that in reference for the way his songs are like is the same way that my poems are like. They're all subsequently philosophical, positive type things that I'm describing. And we actually have the same views on religion in church. He was talking about the same things that I was in the other video about religion being a place that, it's not good. It's just structured and ruled and controlling, all those kind of things that I was talking about in the other hour-long video. Another thing is that you might not know about me is that, and about Jimi Hendrix, that we both dropped out of school. I didn't finish high school, but I did get a GED and I passed without even studying. And it was like over 5 years from the date, because I didn't do the whole 10th grade. And I didn't take my GED test until I lived in Alaska. And it wasn't even right away. It was like 2 or 3 years after living in Alaska, I was able to find the place and think about getting a GED and wanting to take some other classes, but I needed to get my GED in order to do a community college class. So I got my GED and I didn't even study. So we're both, really creative and smart without even finishing high school. And he was talking about being in the higher consciousness also, and involving your mind and body and not being lazy. Talking about a lot of people are upset about things in their life, but they don't want to change it. They just want to complain about it and be lazy about it. And I've always been about not being lazy in myself. And not necessarily being like a neat freak, but not letting things get messy and not being lazy about things, even though other people around you or me might be a little bit lazy. But it doesn't mean I'm a perfectionist either. I just like things to be not messy. Another amazing thing that gave me goosebumps when I was reading this is that we're both actually Cherokee Indians. His great-grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee Indian. And my grandfather is full-blooded Cherokee Indian. And I thought this was really cool when I was reading about it. He wrote and said that he really loves listening to lightning and thunder and just like enjoying that energy and sound of it. But I always thought that listening to lightning and thunder was so cool. I don't know why. And I guess it's because I already liked it from before. I haven't read so much storybooks, but we both like sci-fi and fantasy and fairy tale stories, our shows. He was really into that genre of books. And I don't remember if the Twilight Zone was on, but I would assume that he was all into that show if it was on while he was alive. And another cool thing is that he said, he wants to use his words and songs to turn people on the right way and help change reality, help change reality. And that's the same thing that I want to do. I want to tell you guys the truth about myself. I am Jimi Hendrix reborn, but I am more than that also, as being Apotheosis angel, and I'm not just the man or the boy that was named Jeffrey Greer. Like I said in my last video, I am more than that. And that was about it so far. I will make another cool video like this when I learn more about myself. I learned that there's a book I can buy that Jimi Hendrix wrote. And I will look for that and try to buy that. Maybe that'll help me remember more. But so far, just hearing all these stories hasn't really triggered anything. It's just only when I've heard a couple stories from Eddie Kramer, those gave me goosebumps. But nobody else has given me goosebumps from listening to the stories. I don't know why. I got them from Eddie. It could be just because we had a closer relationship. The way he talks about Jimi Hendrix. I don't know, it's really nice. So thank you for listening to this update about us and our connections we both have still in this life, in the last. Thank you and goodbye.